Hello and welcome to our series where each week we invite you to take a walk with us as we discuss some topic from the Word of the Lord. And this week, I'm going to take a look at our soul panting after God. Now I see in Psalm chapter 42, verses 1 and 2. As the hart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O God. My soul thirsteth for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God? We see some similar scripture in Psalm 63. O God, thou art my God, early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee, my flesh longeth for thee, in a dry and thirsty land where no water is, to see thy power and thy glory, so as I have seen thee in the sanctuary. So we started out by saying that a hart pants after water brooks. So what is a hart? This is a H-A-R-T. This is an animal in the Middle East. It'd be like a deer or a ram. And normally we think of panting like a dog sticking out their tongue and panting because they're hot or thirsty. This particular instance in the Hebrew text of Psalm 42, it was referring to an animal making its cry. So we know that each animal kind of has its own sound. You know, a cow makes a sound, a horse makes a sound. Dogs make a sound, lions make a certain sound. Animals they all kind of have their own unique sound. So I was considering the scriptures, that like an animal makes its own unique cry after water, something it needs real bad, in a place where there isn't any. When the Bible makes reference to dry and thirsty land, about thirsting after something, just because there was no water. And I think if there is no water, you need it to live. You need water to live. So when you cry out for it, it's not just like it'd be nice to have. No, you're crying out for it because you're going to die without it. I ponder the psalmist writing that my soul can cry out for God like that. And again in Psalm 63, I see in verse 2, to see thy power and thy glory, so as I have seen thee in the sanctuary. David, when he wrote Psalm 63, he wasn't thirsting after God for the things that God would give him. He wasn't thirsting after God for what God could do for him. He said his soul was thirsting after God. His flesh was longing for God because he just wanted to see God. He just wanted to see God's glory. He wanted to see God's power. He goes on to say that God's loving kindness is better than life itself. And again, we start out with Psalm 42, and you see in Psalm 42 about crying out for God and asking, when shall I come and appear before him? It isn't because I want him to do something for me. It's not because I want him to give me a bunch of stuff. It was simply because I just love him that much. I wanted to see him that bad. That I'm going to say, Lord, when can I come and see you? When can I come and see you? He didn't say, Lord, come give me a bunch of stuff. He said, Lord, when can I come and be with you? So I asked myself, these questions. How can I get to the point where I can say that my soul cries out to the Lord in its own unique way? This doesn't mean that you're doing it in something other than prayer or something other than worship. It doesn't mean that you can't do the things that everybody else is doing, but it means that it has to really come from you. It really has to come from you. It has to come from inside your soul. Not because of what God can give us. Not because of what God can do for us. but because we just want to see him for his goodness, because his loving kindness is better than life. I want my soul to cry out for God because I just want to see his power. I just want to see his glory. Not for me, not because of what he's done in my life, just because of who he is. I want my soul to pant after God. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.